Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello, my dear students. How are you today? Today, I'd like to present a recorded lesson for grade 11. And this lesson, you are going to study workbook. Please open your workbook on page number 62 and 63. Here we are going to practice what we have studied in lesson 4 and 5. We have studied the passive voice, the active voice. We have studied the collective nouns and the compound nouns. Our topic is about what? Use of cameras. Here's the first exercise. You are going to read the sentence, and if they are correct, if the verbs are correct, put a tick. If they are not correct, you are going to correct these verbs. Here we are talking about collective nouns. Do they have plural or singular? Here, read the sentence and check if the sentences are right or wrong. Correct the verbs in these sentences. Take the correct sentence. My family are all very good at sports. Are here. Is it correct or incorrect? Yes, it's correct. The students in my class at school works hard. Here, works with S. Is that right? No, that's wrong. We should use plural verb after the students. More and more people is making their own videos. Here is that right? People is? No, people are. The audience was very quiet during the concert. The only audience is collective noun. We can use singular verb or plural verb, so it's correct. My football team has a match every week. The team has. Is that right? Yes, that's right. We can say my football team has or my football team have. In my opinion, children watches too much television. Children watches? No, we don't use verb plus S after the plural noun. So the right answer, watch without ES. Our government does everything it can to look after the people. Is that right? Yes, that's right. Our government does. We can say our government do or our government does. The ship's crew is always there to answer passengers' questions. Crew is? Yes, that's right. Now, next exercise here. Complete the missing parts of the dialogue. You've got here a dialogue between A and B. They are going to talk about what? They are going to talk about the films they have watched. And you are going to complete this dialogue with what? With the missing expressions from the list. You should read the list in the table or in the square, and then complete these places or spaces. I found it was quite exciting, I suppose. I suppose so. I disagree with that. My favorite character. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. He was really good. That's true. Now you have to read the whole dialogue first so that you can get the main idea. What did you think of the film? I loved it. What about you? But not very realistic. Was the man who trained the spies? Well, I'll have to. The man who played the spy was definitely the best character. He's good, but he always plays the same role. Oh, come on. He's good in the action scenes. I liked the flying part best. The plot was very clever too, especially the twist at the end, but the script was a bit silly. So you have to read and complete. The first one. Yes. the second one, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth. Let's check them again. Okay. Here, what did you think of the film? I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I loved it. What about you? It was quite exciting, I suppose, but not very realistic. My favorite character was the man who trained the spies. Well, I'll have to disagree with that. The man who played the spy was definitely the best character. He's good, but he always plays the same role. Oh, come on. He was really good. I suppose so. He's good in the action scenes. I like the flying part best. The plot was very clever too. That's true, especially the twist at the end. But I found the script was a bit silly. Now, rewrite this paragraph using the passive instead of active verbs. Here you've got here a short story or a short paragraph, and then you are going to change each sentence into passive voice, from active into passive. Let's read sentence by sentence. They showed a 2-hour program about volcanoes on TV last night. Here is the subject, they. What about the object? A 2-hour program about volcanoes. This is the object, and it's singular. And the tense, the verb is in the past simple, showed. So the right answer, how can you change this sentence? Yes, here we have to underline the verbs first. Showed, filmed, talk, were making, burned, rescued, talk, watched, they are showing. Here, let's see a sentence by sentence. The first sentence here, they showed a 2-hour program about volcanoes on TV last night. A 2-hour program about volcanoes was shown on TV last night. Was shown or was showed on TV last night. Second sentence, they filmed some of the world's most famous volcanoes from an airplane. They, the subject, and some of the world's most famous volcanoes, this is the object. So let's start. Some of the world's most famous volcanoes were filmed. Were filmed because it's in the past, from an airplane. They also took some amazing shots of the red hot center of a volcano. They is the subject, and some amazing shots of the red hot center of a volcano. This is what is the object. Some amazing shots of the red hot center of the volcano were taken. Were taken. Because it's in the past and plural. While they were making the program, here, the program was being made. While the program was being made, hot ash burned on one. Hot ash burned one of the cameramen. One of the cameramen was burned by hot ash. A helicopter rescued him. So he was rescued and took him to the nearest hospital and was taken to the nearest hospital by helicopter or by a helicopter. Nearly 10 million people watched the program. The program was watched by nearly 10 million people. It was so popular that they are showing it again tomorrow night. It was so popular that it is being shown. It is being shown again tomorrow night. Okay, now look at this picture here. This is what people are working, or they are making a film, and they are recording or taking photos, recording videos. Look at what they are doing. Here, notes here the letters here. A, B, C, D. What are they doing? E, F, G. Is that all? Now you have to notice here these people, what they are doing, and match them with the pictures. You have to match them with the pictures here. Match sentence 1 to 7 with actions A to G in the illustration. So you are going to write the letters here from A to G. The director is telling two actors what to do. Other actors are learning their words. The technician is positioning lights. Men are building the set. A cameraman is putting the camera into position. The script writer is rewriting the script. Decorators are painting one of the walls. These things here, these things are in the present continuous tense. Am is are plus verb plus ing, and they are in the active voice. You are going to match them with the pictures. Okay, match them by writing letters. Here, the director is telling two actors what to do. This is picture G. And other actors are learning their words. Picture F. The technician is positioning lights. B. Men are building the set. Yes. C. A cameraman is putting the camera into position. D. The script writer is rewriting the script. E. And the last one, decorators are painting one of the walls. So we have understood the meaning of the sentence. We have matched the sentence with their pictures. What are we going to do next? We are going to change this sentence from active voice into passive voice. So we are going to start with what was the object, and you are going to use verb to be according to the tense, present continuous. You have to use am or is, are plus being plus past participle, and we delete the ing. The first one, the director is telling two actors what to do. Begin with two actors. Two actors are being told what to do by the director. Next sentence, are learning. This is a verb. Begin with their words. Words are being learned by other actors. Their words or words are being learned by other actors. Is positioning is a verb. Begin with lights. Lights are being positioned by the technician. Are building is a verb. Begin with the set. The set is, because it's a plural, a singular, the set is being built by men. Is putting, the verb, the camera is the object. Begin with the camera. The camera is being put into position by a cameraman. The script writer is rewriting the script. Begin with the script. The script is being written by the script writer. Last one, are painting is the verb. One of the walls is the object. One of the walls, notes here, it's singular, not plural. One of the walls is being painted by decorators. Here, let's learn some of the collective nouns before we move to other exercises here. Our team is playing really well at the moment. Our team are playing really well at the moment. So with collective nouns, we can use singular verb or plural verb. We can say is or are. Now look at these sentences here and these collective nouns: army, family, class, committee, majority, minority, public, school, society, team, council, faculty, company, corporation, firm, group, a jury. Now, look at these two sentences here. You are going to change into passive. Ali always visits the family in the weekend. Begin with the family. The family, the family is or are, both are right. The family is always or are always visited in the weekend by Ali. My son joined the army last week. Begin with the army. The army, the army was or the army were joined by my son last week. Now, the prepositions. Preposition of time and place. In, on, at. We use in, on, at for time or place. Both of them are right. Uh, we use in for general, bigger place or bigger time. On for more specific, for smaller place or time. And at for very specific or the smallest piece of time or period of time. Here, notice here the color green. So we use in with these green words and in with green words. Here in the centuries, in the 1990s, in decades, in the 1990, in 2000, in March, in June, in 5 weeks, in the spring, in autumn, in the future, in holidays or in the Easter holiday, in parts of the day, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. We use in for time here. Let's move to on. When do we use on? With the red one. On with on Easter day, on Monday, on April 3rd, on my birthday, on the weekend, on Sunday morning, on Sunday morning. So with the day and part of the day. And we use at with the hour or clock, at 8 a.m., at 8 p.m., at midnight, at noon, at the moment. Okay, what about place? We use in with countries. He is living in France. He is traveling to Paris and he is staying in Paris, in Manhattan neighborhood, in a car, in a car, in a taxi. On with specific places like on Columbus Street, on 7th Avenue, on the first floor, second floor, on a bus, on a bus, on a boat, on a ship, on the radio, on TV. At for very specific, at 456 State Street with the address or number of houses, as a station, at the bus station, at the railway station. Collective nouns. A collective noun is a noun that represents a connection of individuals, usually people, animals, or objects. A team means 11 football players. A family means mother, father, and 2 children. A crew means 100 sailors. Animals means a herd of cows, a flock of sheep. Objects with a fleet of ships, a canopy of trucks. A collective noun can be singular or plural, depending on how you can see the individuals in the group. If you see the individuals acting together as a whole, then you probably treat the collective noun as singular, with singular verbs and singular pronouns. For example, the jury has delivered its conclusion to the judge. The orchestra often plays at the art center. The cast is celebrating the success of the play with a party after the performance. If you see the individuals acting individually, then you probably treat the collective noun as plural with plural verbs and plural pronouns. For example, the jury have not reached a conclusion because they are still arguing among themselves. The orchestra are turning their or tuning their instruments. The cast have been practicing their lines. In many cases, it may sound more natural to make the subject plural in form by adding a word like members. The jury members, here I have to use plural. The jury members have not reached a conclusion because they are still arguing among themselves. The members of the orchestra are. The cast members have been practicing their lines. Pay attention to the words the police. The collective noun police is always treated as plural. The police are, don't say the police is. The police were, don't say the police was. The police have issued their report, don't say the police has. So the police must be treated as plural. It takes plural verb. Again, prepositions of time. At with clock times. My last train leaves at 10:30. The meeting starts at 2:30. With specific times of the day or meal times. He doesn't like driving at night. I'll go shopping at lunchtime with meals. Okay, with festivals, are you going home at Christmas? At Christmas. In certain fixed expressions, which you refer or which refer to specific points in time. Are you leaving at the weekend? We can say on the weekend or at the weekend. She is working at the moment. He is unavailable at present. I finish the course at the end of April. We arrived at the same time. In with months, years, seasons, and longer periods of time. I was born in 1965. We are going to visit mom or visit them in May. The pool is closed in winter. He was famous in the 1980s. The play is set in the Middle Ages. They've done work for me in the past. With periods of time during the day, he's leaving in the morning. She's usually has a sleep in the afternoon. I try to work in the evening. To describe the moment of time needed to do something, we use in. They will finish the job in 2 weeks. You can travel there and back in a day. To indicate when something will happen in the future, she'll be ready in a few minutes. He's going away, but he'll be back in a couple of days. What about on? With days of the week and parts of the days of the week. I'll see you on Friday. We are going to the theater on Wednesday evening. With dates, the interview is on 29th April. He was born on February 14th, 1995. With special days, she was born on Valentine's Day. I have an exam on my birthday. By with an end point of time, and it means no later than. It means before. The show should be finished by 9 p.m. Please return these books by Friday, before Friday. At with specific places. Here we are talking about prepositions of place. At, in, on, by, throughout, with places. With specific places, I had a cup of coffee at Fahad's house. Ahmad's still at home. There is a man at the door. Don't say on the door or in the door. Say at the door. I saw her standing at the bus stop. Turn right at the traffic lights. The index is at the back of the book. At the front, at the back of the book. Write your name at the top of each page. At the top, at the bottom. But we say in the middle. With public places and shops. Adel is at the dentist. I studied German at university. Shall I meet you at the station? With addresses, I live at 15 Ramses Street. So with number of houses, addresses. In with geographical regions, driving in France is very straightforward. Orgiva is a very small village in the mountains. With cities, towns, and larger areas, we use in. Do you like living in London? They were having a picnic in the park. She works somewhere in the toy department. With buildings and rooms, can you take a seat in the waiting room, please? In the lobby, I've left my bag in the office. With containers, we use in. There is fresh milk in the fridge. I think I've got a tissue in my pocket. The money is in the top drawer of the desk. With liquids and other substances to show what they contain. Do you take milk in your coffee? I can taste garlic in this sauce. There is a lot of fat in cheese and butter. On with services. The letter is on my desk. There was a nice painting on the wall. The toy department is on the first floor, the ground floor, second floor. Open your book on page 20. With roads, streets, and rivers. The bank is on the corner of King Street. Alexandria is on the north coast. It's the second turning on the left, on the left, on the right. By to mean next to something or beside. Their house is by the sea. It means beside or next to the sea. The guard ordered us to line up by the wall, next to the wall, beside the wall. Throughout means in every part of a place. Pollution is a serious problem in major cities throughout the world. Throughout means all over the world. Now, you are going to choose the correct answer. Let's see who can answer this question. I'll give you 2 minutes to read and think about the answers. I graduated from the Faculty of Medicine the year 2000. The right answer, in the year. The major decided that the deadline for handing the reports on Thursday. I think the meeting will begin 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock. The holiday will last Sunday to Tuesday. From Sunday to Tuesday. It always becomes cold February. In February. We are going to travel England next holiday. We are going to travel to England. Her birthday will be 15th April. On 15th April. Don't worry, I'll be there time. Don't worry, I'll be there on time. On time means exact time, but in time it means earlier before the time. When I went out, I saw him standing at the door. Please hurry up. The taxi will be here in a few minutes. Okay. Now let's do the last exercise. Here we are going to change sentences from active into passive. Here I'm going to answer the questions orally. I'm not going to write. You can read the questions and write your answers on a piece of paper and send it to me by WhatsApp. We sell tickets for all shows at the box office. Begin with tickets. Tickets for all shows. Tickets for all shows are sold at the box office. Present simple. Thomas Edison invented the electric light bulb. Begin with the electric light bulb. Invented past simple. The electric light bulb was invented by Thomas Edison. You must wash that shirt for tonight's party. Here we have modal verb must. We change must be. Begin with that shirt. That shirt must be washed for tonight's party. Mom is going to prepare the food. Begin with the food. Is going to, this is a modal verb. We use be. The food is going to be prepared by mom. Someone built this house 200 years ago. Begin with this house. This house was built 200 years ago. A thief stole my purse. My purse was stolen by a thief. The police will arrest the robbers. The robbers will be arrested by the police. They produce cars in this factory. Cars are produced in this factory. They serve breakfast at 8 o'clock every day. Breakfast is served at 8 o'clock every day. People throw away tons of rubbish every day. Tons of rubbish are thrown away every day. They make coffee in Brazil. Coffee is made in Brazil. The boy is eating the cake. The cake is being eaten by the boy. The dentist is cleaning the woman's teeth. The woman's teeth are being cleaned by the dentist. They had finished the preparations by the time the guests arrived. Preparations had been finished by the time the guests arrived. I hope you enjoyed watching the lesson. Thank you for your attention. Please don't forget to complete answering the exercises on workbook lesson 6. Until we meet again, thank you and goodbye.